In Sweden, the state subsidizes a select number of newspapers through something called the press support. Mass media gets direct grants with the stated aim of preserving diversity. In the 1960s, some newspapers faced economic difficulties, and it was feared that only the ones supported by the capitalists would be able to survive. So in 1965, it was decided that the government should step in and compensate for this through the press support. In 1972, there was an advertisement tax added as well, with the intent of redistributing money from the successful newspapers to the unsuccessful ones. The Swedish state pays roughly $500 million Swedish crowns to this media every year, or about $70 million, almost $10 per person in Sweden. Per newspaper, the subsidy can reach as much as $3 per piece. In spite of the supposed aim of achieving diversity, the vast majority of the supported newspapers are left-wing, and a small number are outright communist organs. Flamman is an old communist newspaper receiving 2 million crowns a year with a circulation of 2,700. This newspaper was an active supporter of the Soviet Union when that state was still around. Internationalen is also a communist newspaper, official party organ for the Socialist Party, which is a member of the Fourth International. Their goal is to overthrow the state, and they're fighting for that goal with the help of government funds. Left-leaning Liberación is a newspaper in Spanish covering what's happening in Latin America. A Swedish taxpayer naturally has to ask himself the question why he should pay for a newspaper for immigrants covering foreign events in a foreign language. Another revolutionary communist newspaper receiving press support is Offensiv. With a circulation of 2,500, they also receive 2 million crowns per year, and like Internationalen, they are members of the Fourth International and likewise in the process of overthrowing the Swedish state in favor of global socialistic government paid for by Swedish taxpayers. The most stout of communist revolutionaries are the ones formerly known as KPMLR, now known as the Communist Party. Back in 1970, this party broke free from an organization called KFML and added the R to point out that they're the only true revolutionaries. This apparently hasn't stopped them from begging for handouts today from the very state they're aiming to overthrow. On their homepage, they're also complaining about being victims of political registration while happily accepting press support. Of particular concern with this party is that they believe the genocides in the Soviet Union are a myth, a lie planted by the West to stigmatize the Soviet Union. Arguing that the Holocaust didn't happen will get you imprisoned under the hate laws. Arguing that Stalin didn't perform any genocide apparently gets you press support instead.